Yo, Rocco B, Scotty G, highly explicit NFL podcast. We're back, episode 15. The first round's in the fucking books, and we're back. I know you've been waiting for us, but shit, we're here, and it was unbelievable. I'm Rocco B. How you doing? My boy Scotty G is back in Jersey.
How you doing?
Oh, man, we were together for Thursday night. What a fucking night it was. Oh,
it got a little too crazy, folks.
Got a little too nuts.
We're sorry for the hiatus. We were supposed to do a show together. We were supposed to have Mikey P and some other guests on. And Rocco B and Scotty G, they had a little bit too much fun. And it never happened.
And it really didn't stop the whole weekend, to be honest with you.
I'm still going. I'm having a Corona as I fucking speak.
I mean, come on. I'll tell you what, it was that good. It was really that good. The first round definitely lived up to its billing, and we had some fun. Now we're going to get into it today. And also, at the end of the episode today, I think we did pretty good.
Not too shabby.
I want to fucking tell you guys, I want to tell the listeners how Rocco B and Scotty G's mock draft did against the big fucking prognosticators. I got 7 of them for us that I will hit us with at the end. But Scotty G, let's fucking get into this thing.
Not too shabby of a job we did, but.
Oh, you got a butt.
Rocco B, we gotta go into something real quick before we get into this full first round draft talk. See, something happened the day of the draft. First round.
That's right. What am I thinking?
And I'm just gonna, for the people. I mean, it's like a Sunday, a Monday now, so we're a little behind. I'm not gonna lie to you. The whole fucking draft's in the books at this point, but we got to catch up with you because we had a blast this weekend, and I just want to say something it put me in a bad mood. I didn't like it, and it was jerk off Aaron Rodgers having that little nugget of apparently saying, I want out of Green Bay the morning of the fucking NFL draft.
Fucking drama queen. Drama queen needed to fucking take, he needed to take the red carpet himself and make it all about him, which he always does. But go ahead.
This guy, I just don't get it. Like, he is a god in Green Bay. He's really a god in NFL football. People talk about him like he's the greatest greatest quarterback of all time. They look at him and they say, Tom Brady, he's good, but he's no Aaron Rodgers. They literally say these things. I think that's nuts. I think it goes, Tom Brady, you got Joe Montana, you got Peyton Manning, you got a lot of guys before I get to Aaron Rodgers. Not taking away his greatness. He's great. But people love to be honest with you, this fucking guy.
I'm with you, but to be honest with you, he's not my favorite Green Bay Packer quarterback. I'd take Favre over this fucking guy.
I'm with you, okay? Yeah. Okay. But my point is, he has the ability to have these conversations with the organization. He has the ability to say these things, and he's going to pretend. He's going to do Jeopardy, all this other bullshit, and he's going to come out and pretend. Like this little thing, he woke up this morning of the draft and was like, you know what? I actually want out of Green Bay. Maybe I should let him know.
And I'm going to do it today.
I just thought about it. I just thought about this right now, and I can't hold it back. I got to tell him. Yeah. No fucking
Absolutely
way.
Not.
This guy knew 6 months ago he wanted out. This guy knew probably 3 months before last draft when they took Jordan Love. That probably just sealed the fucking deal.
Yeah.
And this asshole waited till just now, or I should say Thursday, to release that information. Yeah. Now, there's reports coming out, and I love Shefty, even though the whole quarterback thing was crazy. I'm still going to call him out for that. But Schefter's coming out because Schefter reported it. Now, I personally think Shefty is as good as he is because he has the ability to gain the trust of all the players. I think that's why he's as good as he is. Because guys and front office people can tell him things, and they know if I tell Schefter, no one's going to know shit. And he'll release it how I want it to be released. So Schefter can obtain information, and he's a vault. You don't have to worry about anything leaking, and you can say stuff, and then you can use him to your advantage, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Schefter's coming out because Schefter's the one who reported it, and he's saying, no. I had this information. I chose to leak it this day. Aaron Rodgers was not happy about it. Aaron Rodgers didn't know anything about it.
Horseshit.
Bullshit, man.
Horseshit.
That's Schefter covering his ass because he probably wasn't supposed to say anything, and it was too gold to fucking not release it the way he did.
Yeah. Honestly, Rodgers, in my opinion, probably said, hey, Green Bay, you wanted to go draft Jordan Love without telling me. You want to go not draft anybody to help me out. I need a receiver. I need a fucking offensive line. I need a fucking tight end that's not in the 18th round. Give me somebody. What did they do this year?
The balls on this.
I told you that's what they do. I told you that these motherfuckers couldn't stand Aaron Rodgers, and it just fucking proved it out. When we go into who they took number 29, it's the same shit every year. And now this news is like so fucking over the top that now it's like it's Rodgers versus Green Bay. They're going to play chicken. Nobody's going to fucking get out of the road. And I don't know what the fuck's going to happen, bro. I really don't.
Well, we'll talk about where I think he could end up when we get to the 29th pick. But I got a feeling he actually could end up somewhere because I feel like this isn't going to end well. He's too much of a jerk off. His own family doesn't talk to him. The fucking organization doesn't want to talk to him. I don't talk to him. I
wouldn't want to talk to the fucking guy. I'll tell you, it's going to be tough either way. It's going to be tough to pull a fucking trade off. And it's going to be tough to keep him around. So, but we'll get there. Let's get to 29. I want to get to this fucking draft.
Let's backpedal and let's go.
Let's get to this fucking draft
to the beginning of the draft.
Man,
go ahead. You start off.
It was great. I mean, it really was.
It was a good one.
I know the first two picks were pretty fucking obvious, but man, once you hit 3, you had no idea what's going on. Let's just start. Number 1, Jacksonville gives our boy Trevor Lawrence the esteemed honor of being number 1.
Big surprise.
And he didn't go to the draft. He stayed at home with the fam. I just think it's a perfect fit for him and Urban.
Yeah, I got nothing to say about that. We've been talking about this and knowing this for fucking
piece of cake.
The last 4 months.
If he doesn't turn out to be Andrew Luck, where he just quits, because he wants to go do something else, then I think they made a great pick. Now here we go, baby. Your New York fucking Jets. I didn't think that there was any chance in hell they didn't take Zach Wilson, and they take Zach Wilson, number 2.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who else you were going to take other than maybe Fields. And honestly, I'm not the biggest Fields fan. I know I did like him after that one game, but I do think he's got some question marks. The epilepsy thing was still kind of alarming. Outside of that, everyone's got question marks. Who else do you take at this point? I mean, I feel like that's a slam dunk you got to go on.
Slam dunk. I was just a little alarmed, and I told you, while I was drinking a Red Bull vodka, and I told you he just looked tiny. He just looked small, and that's my only worry with this kid is he's too small.
All right. We'll talk about what they did later to, keep him healthy.
I love what they did later. All right. So Zach Wilson, piece of cake. So you got your quarterback for at least the next 4 years. Here we go, baby. Number 3. This is where
about it.
This is where it started. And I'm going to tell you right now, I told the listeners on 14, 13, 12, all the way back to when I thought San Fran made that move at 3. I told you I'd get on my knees. I told you that I would say I fucked up. I was wrong. I gave you the whole fucking bit about how Mac Jones was going to be the pick for Kyle Shanahan. But yet Scotty G was the one since day one when San Fran trades up to 3. He says, you know why they traded up to number 3? The number Trey pick? We should all known. They traded up to 3, Trey, to go get Trey Lance. And that's, to me, the least amount of people were picking Trey Lance, and Scotty was on that board, and Scotty had it from day one.
And, I mean, I think people had, they weren't wrong being skeptical of being Lance because he doesn't have a lot of tape, but the tape he does have and the stats he has, if you take the competition out of the equation, were unreal. Now, a lot of people put the competition in the equation. I understand that. But I just had a feeling with Shanahan, the way he is, he's a fucking weird dude. I agree with you on that. I think he's a cool cat, but he's a weird dude.
Strange guy.
I just didn't think that was a major factor. And Mac Jones, I think we all agree, that was way too fucking high for Mac Jones.
Absolutely.
I mean, honestly, it's probably too high for Trey Lance. But here's the difference. In my opinion, between Trey Lance and Mac Jones. Justin Fields, I don't know why he slipped. We'll never know, really, probably for years.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to Trey Lance and Mac Jones, the biggest difference is Mac Jones, I think to a degree, we saw what his ceiling is going to be in the NFL. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be what he was in Alabama, but I get a gist of the type of quarterback he's going to be by watching him in Alabama with all the talent he had around him. I think Trey Lance, the ceiling, it could be, it's through the fucking roof because I have no idea what this guy could be. Now, he could be dog shit. He could be the worst. I don't know. But I think the unknown makes him slightly more intriguing because he also could turn out to be the best quarterback in the draft for all we know.
Yeah, and honestly, if you think about it, you know me with the 1AA stuff, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm not a huge fan of it. I would just tell you that the biggest part with these fucking quarterbacks is not only what they can do, but where they fit. what the fucking team that they have around them who drafted them, right? Trey Lance couldn't be in a better situation. Couldn't be in a better situation.
You're right. You're right.
So,
and we'll talk about Mac Jones later.
Yes, we will. But, this also really points to the fact that they're going to keep Jimmy G. And like you said, I think you were right on that as well, where they're probably going to get rid of Jimmy G at the trade deadline.
I think so, too.
If Trey's ready to go.
I think that makes the most sense. I'm kind of baffled on where he goes.
He's not going to be there for very long, for sure. Number 4 is where Atlanta does not move. A lot of people had Atlanta trading out. You did as well. And it was, you'd think they could. I mean, they were in a fucking prime position to trade out. But they stayed. They got the best player in the fucking draft. They got Kyle Pitts at number 4. Oh, God, we talked about that, with how he's going to fit with Arthur Smith and Matt Ryan and Julio and all those guys. What a fucking pick. I loved it.
Yeah, I think it's a great pick. I can't really say too much bad about it. What I'm noticing for future mocks, let's try to remember this shit.
Okay.
Because what I'm really noticing is a trend. Teams that have had success in the past with a certain iconic either player or scheme, when they're in a lull period, like a team like the Falcons, a team that you expect to do better, but they kind of been not great for a little couple years now, they tend to go back to that type of comfort zone. And last time this team was good, Mr. Gonzalez was one of the fucking premier
absolutely
dudes.
And it just really matched up with their new head coach. He loves tight ends.
And when they got fucking Julio, which you can say this guy's a fucking potential combination to two of them.
And then you forget about Calvin Ridley. I mean, it's unbelievable what they're going to do. They're going to be a fun-ass team to watch this year. Number 5, here's where a lot of people had the first offensive lineman coming off the board to Cincinnati. And I told everybody, you were on board too, that we're going to see big swinging dick Joe Burrow has got in Cincinnati. Does he got to play or does he not? And he does. And they listen to him.
Who's your boy that loves the Bengals? I like to call him out all the time.
Ben Armbrust.
Benny boy. I got to tell you. This really makes me love your fucking team. It really does. Because you know what this tells me? And look, you made a great point saying he's a run blocker. You were right saying that Penei Sewell is more of a run blocker, and that got me more on board with the pick of taking JaMarr Chase. But what I loved about this more than anything, one of the things that we talked about is how with the whole shit show going on there in Green Bay Packers with Aaron Rodgers and the whole shit show going on in Houston, take out the masseuse thing, but the whole thing going on with Deshaun Watson not having any control or power, and the whole shit going on in Seattle with Russell, what did we say the key was to starting this whole franchise off right? If you think you got something good here, you think you're going to start to build a future in this place, especially a place that's hard to get free agents to come to, what's the key? You fucking get that quarterback on board, you get him pumped, and you get him ready to buy into the system. And what do? He tells you go get his fucking boy, you go get his fucking boy. Yeah. And that's what they did. I don't know if it's the best pick to do, honestly, for the team, but I think mentally and to build a future and to build chemistry, they fucking struck gold.
This pick couldn't have been better. I mean, honestly, it's easy to say, all right, let's go get the number 1 left tackle on the board and blah, blah, blah. Even though he's more of a road grader and not a fucking pass blocker. So how does that help Joe Burrow be healthy? They fucking aced it, man. They fucking aced it. So I can't wait to see this team. I'm still picking them to win the fucking division because I'm excited. Now,
that's still the craziest thing I've ever heard.
Let's see. Number 6. Here's the biggest reach of the fucking draft, in my opinion, in the top 10.
Really? You think the biggest reach?
In the top 10. In the top 10.
I don't know.
I really think they missed out on a couple guys that they should have picked, which I'll say in a minute. But Jaylen Waddle, Miami Dolphins, goes number 6. This kid's coming off a big injury. To me, they leave the Heisman Trophy winner DeVonta Smith off the fucking board. They leave a Penei off the board. I don't understand. I don't get it. I actually, when we go to 18, I don't fucking understand the Dolphins draft. I think they had the worst first round in this, besides the Raiders. I think they had the worst first round that they could have had based on their 2 picks, 6 and 18. So, I don't like this pick right here at 6.
I don't think it's the worst pick in the world. A lot of people really liked Waddle before DeVonta Smith had the fucking breakout season of any wide receiver ever had in his life. A lot of people had Waddle as the better receiver overall, and the guy got hurt, so we didn't even get to see his full potential this year. with that being said, I told you DeVonta Smith wasn't going to go there after he made those comments. That is not a good sign. When he came out and they asked him, "Oh, who's your quarterback?" And I get it. You can just say, "Oh, because Mac Jones is his quarterback at the moment."
Yeah.
He could have just avoided the question, man.
Yeah.
There's ways to answer it.
You're dead right about that.
The way he answered it, I didn't like that. It almost was like fuck to him.
Yeah.
But
he's got a point. He's got a point.
Yeah. The one thing I will say though, I'm kind of shocked they didn't take Sewell. I mean, why wouldn't you build that fucking? Especially when Tua's made of fucking glass.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. I mean, I don't even think, like I said, I think Sewell was the pick. If you're taking receiver, I would take Smith. But like you said, there's no way they're taking Smith after talking shit about Tua. But Penei Sewell was a big miss. Now you want to talk about our boy, Penei Sewell. You remember that stupid ass show, The Biggest Loser? Well, Penei Sewell is the biggest loser of the NFL draft, in my opinion, because he's got to go to the fucking Detroit Lions at number 7 because he falls. I feel so bad for this guy. I told you, I don't think he's a phenomenal pass blocker. I think he's going to be one of the best linemen in the league for the next 10 years. But the poor bastard's got to play with the Lions.
Yeah. I mean, I can't argue with you there. I still think the Lions are kind of on the upswing here. I don't think it's obviously they're not a year or so away, but they'll get there. I mean, it's a smart move by them. They got to build. They got to build inside out. I mean, it's the old Parcells mindset, closest to the ball.
Yeah, no, you're right. Could they have used a Surtain? Yes. Could they have used a fucking DeVonta Smith? Yes. But
they probably know though they're too far away. Those pieces are great. Add on, you need to start from the foundation. You need offensive line, defensive line. You can always go get these wide receivers and shit in next year's draft, free agency, whatever. Who knows? We're not going to get into it today, but Julio Jones could still be on the market. I know that's still not going to happen, but if that does happen, what if he ends up in a place like this?
Yeah, I'm with you. Or even a guy like OBJ or something like that. But I'm not saying
OBJ's even a better example.
I'm not saying Detroit fucked up. I'm talking about, I think Penei Sewell's, I just feel bad for him. Now, number 8 and 9, this is where we're sitting there, and I couldn't believe how the fucking draft now unfolds over the next 4 picks. Carolina.
This broke my heart, bro.
We all said, like, okay, you get Darnold, they fucking re-upped him with the 5th-year option. What are you going to do for him? You got to bring somebody to help him out, either on the line or at a wide receiver position. So you got Penei Sewell's gone, but you still got Slater. You still got Vera-Tucker. You still got fucking DeVonta Smith available. What are you going to do? J.C. Horn at 8 baffled me, blew my fucking mind.
A couple things here, man. One, this pick and the next pick, I was actually very upset because I thought some of these fucking badass corners were going to slide a little bit and have an opportunity for the Jets to take one of them. And these guys got scooped up quick and in a hurry. The J.C. Horn pick going first, I think, solidifies that a lot of people were high on J.C. Horn over Surtain, even though we both like Surtain. And then the last thing was, I know Dr. Tomas said this too. I am fucking blown away that this franchise is going into the season with Sam Darnold as their sole fucking main dude. I don't even know what to say.
Yep.
And that's a Jets fan that likes Sam Darnold. I want him to succeed, and I think he will do well, but I couldn't imagine betting the farm on this guy with no insurance plan. None.
Well, here's what I told Dr. Tomas.
That I'm aware of, unless there's a fucking backup quarterback. Did they get someone that I'm unaware of? Is there something going on?
No, you're not. I mean, they still got the kid Walker from the fucking XFL back there.
PJ Walker, whatever the fuck his name is.
But here's the thing. I mean, I told Dr. Tomas this last episode. I said, with Jalen Hurts, Jalen Hurts needs the support. He needs the team to rally around him and to be built around him without fucking some backup, without some guy on his shoulder. I think they're doing the same thing with Darnold. I think they're saying, fuck a rookie. Fuck someone else who's got the chance to maybe compete with him. Bring in a guy like a Foles. Bring in a guy, not like, say, Andy Dalton per se, but a guy like Andy Dalton who's going to stay there. If you get hurt, he can play, but he's not going to try to take your fucking job. That's what they got to do. They got to let Darnold just roll. Give him the keys to the fucking team and let him go. But you want to talk about breaking my fucking heart? Denver at 9. They don't trade. I thought they would have traded out, especially after the Teddy Bridgewater news. They stay, and they take Patrick fucking Surtain at 9 right before the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, it sucks. They knew the Cowboys were taking him.
Yeah, and it's a good pick for them. I mean, it really, shores up their fucking.
It's a great pick for them.
Yeah, for their secondary. They got him and Kyle Fuller now. I mean, they're going to be great. Fangio loves that. But I couldn't believe they stayed. Couldn't believe they took him in front of Dallas. So now I'm saying, okay, now there's no trades in the top 9. Ain't that crazy? There was no fucking trades, right?
Yeah.
No trades. But now you get to number 10. And the Cowboys are on the clock. And now it's like, okay, we're all talking. We're at the table, and I'm like, what do I want? I would take Parsons. I'd take fucking Rashawn Slater right here. I'd take Vera-Tucker. I'd trade back. I'd love to trade back, I said. 3 minutes later, I see this fucking big green smoke on the screen, and it says, the Philadelphia Eagles trade up with the Dallas Cowboys. I said, what? But then I'm like, wait a second. The Cowboys wouldn't trade with the Eagles unless they knew they were going offense. They weren't going to, lose out on. The Cowboys didn't want, say, a DeVonta Smith or somebody on offense besides a lineman, and the Eagles were not taking linemen at 10. The Eagles trade up with the Dallas Cowboys to take the Heisman Trophy winning DeVonta Smith, and they finally get the right receiver, I believe, in the first round now, even though they wasted a pick last year on Jaylen Reagor. What'd you think about DeVonta, Scotty?
I like it. I mean, that's where I had him going originally. Yep. I had him going there at 12, though. I thought he'd slip a little further. I like, too, how you said you would take Micah Parsons at 10.
Yes.
Which is great.
Yeah, I mean,
see. But, I think that's good for the Eagles. And I think obviously the Cowboys, I would hope, they had at least 2 defensive players in their mind. So they said even if someone jumped them, that they knew someone who would jump them wasn't going to take a defensive player that they wanted as well. So I think it all worked out for everybody.
So then we'll get to the Cowboys in a second. And I'm going to gloat for a second. Just because I know it didn't happen at the right pick, but it only happened 3 picks later. And Scotty, just like you said about you had DeVonta to the Eagles for sure. I called, since we started talking about the mock draft, the Chicago Bears and Justin Fields, and that's exactly what happened. I mean, they just traded up with the Giants instead of up with the Carolina Panthers. So the Bears trade with the Giants. They go from 20 to 11 to select Justin Fields, and now Ryan Pace and Matt Nagy finally had a little bit of fucking biofreeze on their asses finally and took them off the hot seats for a second because now they got Justin Fields to hopefully save their fucking jobs.
Look, I think it made sense from day one, as I always told you this. I just had no clue how they were going to trade up as high as they had to get them. To this day, I didn't think Justin Fields, even now, didn't think Justin Fields would fall to pick 11.
It's ridiculous.
I really thought this shit was a smokescreen. I thought he was for sure, worst case scenario, going 8, 9, or 10.
Yep.
So, in my mind, and I guess that if they went, they probably could have gone up to 10 because it wouldn't have been that much of a difference. But in my mind, it was too much to give up to go up that high. And like you said, they don't give a fuck. They're not worried about the future.
Yeah.
So I guess it makes sense. But I just thought there was no way he was getting this far down, and the Bears just weren't going to have that area to go get him. Yep. And, I mean, I was wrong, but fuck. No. I think it actually isn't a bad pick for him, though, at all.
He's there. Why not? Let's call the Giants. Let's see what happens. And boom, they pulled it off, and Fields is a fucking bear. Like we talked about before, you want your guy,
go get him.
Go get him. And that's what they did. Now we get to 12, and we get to my boys. They trade back with Philly, which is unbelievable. They get an extra third-round pick from the Philadelphia Eagles to select the guy that they probably would have taken at 10 anyway. The fact when Horn and Surtain were off the board, stud muffin fucking Micah Parsons.
Yeah, this is beautiful for you, man.
Oh,
beautiful.
Man. What a fucking move. So I liked it. If they didn't take Parsons, I would have loved Slater. Slater's still there. To me, he's an unbelievable talent. He fucking owned Chase Young. We played Chase Young twice a year, but okay, they took Parsons. And Vera-Tucker, another one of my favorites, but I think they're coming up, aren't they? Because number 13, the Los Angeles Chargers are sitting there at 13 saying, how the fuck is Rashawn Slater still available? Boom. Yeah. Unbelievable pick for them. That shores up what's missing for Herbert's a guy on the left side. Even if he ends up playing guard at some point, if he's not like a perfect left tackle, fine. This guy will kill it in Los Angeles.
I think it's safe to say, too, if the fucking Giants stayed where they were, they probably would have taken Slater.
Yes.
And if they took Slater, that means the Chargers probably would have taken Vera-Tucker because they clearly were going for offensive line.
Yeah. Or even Darisaw, and it probably would have given us 2 more right picks in our fucking draft, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's where I was going with that.
That would be nice.
But I think it was a fantastic pick for him, man.
Oh,
fantastic. Man. I mean, I was so happy for him. I'm like low key rooting for the Chargers, and it is low key. I mean, I live in San Diego, and they were in San Diego.
They shouldn't have left.
They moved to LA. They shouldn't have left. Everyone was pissed they left. But I'll be honest with you, I've never really had a whole lot of respect for the Chargers. They've always been like that fucking team. I'll tell you why I don't have a lot of respect for them real quick is because the Charger fans are fair weather fucking
Yes,
fans,
they are.
and it embarrasses me.
That's
I don't like fans that are like, oh, our team's great, we're gonna root for them, or our team's having an 8-8 season, we're gonna go outside. I mean, I get it, you get distractions because of San Diego weather and whatnot, but they're like, oh, I'd rather go ride my bike than watch a fucking half of the game because we're 8-8.
Yeah,
it's just that's not how real fandom works.
Yeah, no, I can't stand that.
But I'm like slowly being like, you know what? Fuck the fan base. I can't help but root for these guys, and I'm really happy they got Slater.
Yeah, and we both love Herbert, so like we really want to see.
I think
this
that's
team
I think that's a big part of it too.
do well. I'll tell you what, with the Bengals and with the Chargers, two teams that I've picked to win the division next year, fucking aced those two picks. Aced them.
I agree.
Now your boys, the fucking Jets. We got to remember, this was not the Jets' pick. This was Minnesota's pick. Minnesota's sitting here, right? Same thing. We're sitting there with our fucking Red Bull and vodkas, and you were drinking, a couple beers?
Beers, yeah.
We're sitting
I
there.
think I was having some scotch on the rocks at that point, actually.
Oh. Duaz.
Yeah, that's why. That's what went wrong. Too much scotch.
Here's the thing. We're watching, and the purple shit's all over the screen. All of a sudden, boom, another flash of green hits. It's the New York Jets. We went nuts. They come up from 23 up to 14, and they get Alijah Vera-Tucker, the fucking one of the best offensive linemen in this draft, basically guaranteeing that they are going to set Zach Wilson up with all the pieces that he needs to get shit going and to make sure that he doesn't turn out like every other Jets quarterback has turned out.
Listen, I'll tell you what. I know you picked this at one point in one of our mocks, or your original mock, or the end mock. I don't remember what the fuck mock it was.
Both
but
of
you
them,
picked you picked him, and I wasn't thrilled about it because my biggest thing was we need a fucking corner, and that's what I said we needed. But the top two were already off the board.
Yep.
And to be honest with you, this guy's rated the best guard in the fucking draft, his versatility and everything like that. Mm-hmm. And you knew more about him than I did, to be honest with you. I looked more and more into him by how much you were fucking sucking this guy off, getting all happy about it. And I am now officially stoked to have him.
Yes.
And especially because of the idea, he's probably going to play that left blind side. Yep. So it's going to be him on the inside and then Becton on next to him. I mean, this kid, look, I'm not going to go into the Jets draft. This pick alone is already more help than fucking they ever gave Sam Darnold, in my opinion. Yeah. It's already more fucking help than they ever gave Sam Darnold.
Could you imagine having that fucking mountain of a man at Mekhi Becton on the left tackle, and then you put this mountain next to him inside at guard? Holy shit.
Yeah. They gave Darnold him as a rookie his final year, like basically, a COVID year, and they gave him Mims his final year coming off an injury. Like, that's what they gave Darnold his entire fucking career. And I guess Chris Herndon. That was it.
Yeah. We're going to go into the Jets draft, of course, later on, but man, I love these two picks with the Jets, and
I love it, man.
These top 14 picks have been unbelievable. Now we get to number 15. And this is where we should have seen it coming, folks. The Patriots at 15, they stay. They don't trade for Jimmy G. And for the first time in his fucking history, Bill Belichick selects quarterback in the first round. Big Mac fucking Jones from Alabama, number 15. We don't like Mac Jones as far as being a high draft pick. This is the best spot for him to go.
This is a phenomenal spot for him to go. Mm-hmm. I mean, he is basically, look,
please don't.
I'm not going to compare him to Brady.
Thank God.
I'm not going to compare him to Peyton Manning or anybody like that. But what I'm saying is his style of play is similar to how Brady or other guys like that have success.
Yes.
So if he's able to have even 80% of Brady's intelligence on the football field, which he probably doesn't, but if he even has 80%, he will be successful with this franchise.
Yes.
Because that's just how it's made to be.
Yeah.
Which is a great fit for him. He comes from Alabama, Saban guy. Saban and Belichick are boys. They run similar style fucking camps where it's very military like mindset.
Yeah.
The one thing I will say though, I did feel like if we weren't doing trades and the Patriots were taking a quarterback, this would be the guy they're taking.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It made sense because Alabama and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing I will say that I'm upset I didn't bring up before is you went off on your tangent on how Belichick never takes a guy in the first round, and I get that. But one thing we forgot, when he got there, Bledsoe was already there.
Yeah.
Bledsoe was a first overall pick.
Yes.
Then Brady stepped in at a necessity. It wasn't even like it was fucking whatever.
Yeah.
And then you're never going to replace Brady.
That's a great point.
So in his entire career, he's never needed to draft a quarterback.
That's a great point. I just also thought too, though, especially since last year, and then also the years that they kind of knew that Brady was going away. You draft Jimmy G in the second round. I get that, but then when they traded him away, you knew that Brady was on his last years. So why wouldn't they do like what fucking Green Bay did, or some of these quarterback hungry teams do at the end of the first round, draft a fucking quarterback? They never did that. So I just never thought he would.
I think the reason they didn't is because I think he thought Jimmy G was the dude, and then they made him ship him out, and he was pissed.
Yeah, I'm just saying even after the fact. But yeah, I mean, he proved me wrong for sure. Big Mac goes with Saban Sr., if you want to call him that. And and as we're going to find out with this Patriots draft, it doesn't stop there with Alabama. But all right, let's go to 16. Arizona hits Zaven Collins, linebacker, who shot up the fucking board.
Yeah, way higher than I thought he'd go.
Yeah, this kid went to Tulsa, and he played well, but I would have never guessed that they would have taken him 16th overall. But I think he's going to be a good player for Arizona.
Yeah, no, I agree. He's a stud. I just didn't expect him to go this high. It's almost like a stretch to me, but they don't need a ton, so that's not a bad move.
Yeah, and that's fine. I mean, could they have went say receiver in the first round, maybe, sure, or even corner, fine, but that's a good pick for them. Oh boy, I wish I can say the same for this next one. What have I been saying to you, Scotty, about the fucking Raiders and about Mike Mayock especially? What are they doing?
Honestly, I don't know, man. Honestly, I try to defend him a little bit, when we were first having these conversations, because I didn't realize how bad it was. I just didn't. And the more and more I look at it, and then this, I'm embarrassed for Mike Mayock. This guy
does he have a job?
Sucks.
It's unbelievable.
He sucks, man. They were just talking about on ESPN the other day, and he had 5 picks in the first round in the last 2-3 years, and there's one guy that's good. It's fucking Jacobs.
Yeah,
that's it.
This guy
that's good and that plays.
Yeah, the problem is
that's it.
You and Dr. Tomas said this last episode about Howie Roseman, about how he wants to seem like he's the smartest guy in the room, right? The problem with that is that you can be smart taking this guy that you love in the second fucking round too. Why are you taking him so high? You don't have to take him in the first round. That's what he does. He takes these guys like Cleveland Ferrell at 4 when he could have got him with his second pick, in the middle of the first round. They overdraft these guys, and they're missing out on all these other guys they could have got. Leatherwood's a second round fucking pick at minimum, and they drafted him 17th in the first round.
Mayock drafts the way I used to draft for fantasy football when I was terrible. And I'm still not great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm great, but the last 3 years I've been either playoffs or championship. I was in the other year, and this past year I was in the playoffs. So the last 3 years, maybe 4 years, I've been an okay player. I've been solid. But before that, I was atrocious. But the reason is because every year I'd fucking draft, I would do my homework, I'd do my research, or I'd have guys I'd like and watch, and I'd be like, ooh, nobody knows about this motherfucker. And what's going to happen is he's going to break out, and everyone's going to go rush and get him. Yeah. I'm not going to have to. I'm going to have him on my fucking bench.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Fucking 5 out of those 6 of those guys would be fucking awful. And the one guy that did break out wouldn't be enough to help me out. And meanwhile, I got nothing else. Yep. So I stopped doing that, and I started, who the fuck's the best player at this position? That's what I need. That's just what I need.
That's what they do, bro.
I mean, I literally, I just want to tell Mayock, if you're still employed by next year, fucking auto draft. Just auto draft.
Auto draft. This guy to me is unfucking believable. He's giving Gruden a bad name because he's fucking up with their players. And who knows? Maybe Gruden's in on this bullshit too. But they are overdrafting players left and right every year.
I would not be surprised if Gruden got Mayock hired, because Gruden knows he can have major input with Mayock there. I guarantee
you're right.
The way Gruden is, I guarantee he has Mayock there because he knows he can manipulate and get his voice in there and still have Mayock do fucking all the work he doesn't want to do.
You're right. I can't just leave Gruden out to not take any of my shit. Maybe he's involved into it. I get you. It's bad. I mean, it's really bad. Here's another bad pick. Miami takes Jaylen Phillips, the guy who fucking retired from college football because he thought concussions were too big of a deal. And who knows, maybe you just want to get the fuck out of Chip Kelly run UCLA. But then he goes to the U, my Miami Hurricanes, Unbelievable defensive coach Manny Diaz. He's got a couple studs on the defensive line with him. Fucking goes nuts. He's one of the guys that comes back for 2020 when some of them didn't. And he shined, and he had a big fucking pro day, and Miami reaches for him at 18. I don't understand. I just don't get it.
I mean, I'm not even going to comment on this fucking pick. I'm just going to say one. I'm just going to say one thing. I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask you something. Zaven Collins, he's a linebacker. Could he play edge if you need him to?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Jalen Phillips, he's an edge.
He's
right?
just an edge guy. Yeah.
Yeah. And what pick number are we at? We at fucking 18.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Two words I haven't fucking heard yet on this fucking board.
I think
Quiddy Pay. I haven't heard Quiddy Pay come off the fucking board yet, Dr. Tomas.
No, Scotty. He went like in the top 10, didn't he? Like wasn't he like 8 or 9? Oh, wait a second.
The fucking Bengals. And
Quiddy Pay's still available. Well, Miami, Waddle, and Phillips hate their fucking draft, and this I think
I
also
agree.
just
they should have. They actually, in Dr. Tomas's defense, they should have taken Quiddy.
Yes,
Pay.
this is Quiddy Pay written all over it. If they wanted edge rusher for sure. Washington football team gets the kid I was talking about, the linebacker from Kentucky, Jamin Davis. Wears his jersey like Zeke did with his fucking abs hanging out. He's a kid who ran 4.3. He only played one season. I had a big issue with that in the SEC, but Washington takes another fucking stud, another fast stud on defense.
Yeah, this defense is going to be so dirty. Now, I don't know a ton about this kid. This was all you, but I know you speak very highly of him, so I'm excited for them.
He had 1 year. 1 year in the SEC, played awesome, but at the same time, it's just 1 year. Would I have taken a guy like Owusu-Koramoah instead? Yes. But
yeah, that's weird to me. That they
very weird drop, But I think he showed everybody up at the fucking pro day. Come on, that's what they look at, right? All right, now, this is... we're going to stick with the NFC East for a second.
Interesting.
Oh, man. I like this guy. I do. But this is the same issue that I said about Leatherwood with the Raiders.
Yeah, I like this guy, too. They're just wrong round.
The fucking Giants at number 20, they traded back with the Bears. They get Kadarius Toney, wide receiver out of Florida. I like him, but why the fuck did you take him at 20? There's no way he wouldn't have been there for you, maybe even in the second round or trading up in the second round. Why'd you take him at 20? That's Gettleman for you. If he doesn't turn out to be the next Tyreek Hill or somebody like that, it's going to be a bad move.
Yeah, he could have got like a Terrence Marshall or somebody else still on the board.
But would have
been way better.
They had Quiddy Pay here. If you want an edge rusher, you got Quiddy Pay. Something like that. But I can't believe they took receiver.
Could have got Darisaw.
They still had Darisaw, offensive tackle. I was shocked.
You could have moved back and just substitute Slater for fucking Darisaw. Imagine that.
A
fucking hole-in-one, man. Would have been great.
Absolutely. But shocked with that. So I think this is going to maybe sink Gettleman at some point. But the Colts finally get Dr. Tomas off the schneid. Quiddy Pay goes number 21. Not 9, not 8, not 10. But Quiddy Pay goes number 21 to the Indianapolis Colts. Great pick to me for them.
Yeah,
Perfect fit.
He'll be great for them.
Perfect fit. Perfect 4-3 end. That's what they run. Awesome. Now, here's one that I got completely right on, or in the later half of the round here. Number 22, Tennessee Titans take Caleb Farley, Dr. Tomas's boy.
Yeah. He fell further than I thought he would, but well, no, I had him out of the fucking first round, but I'm saying going off of like what you and Dr. Tomas were saying, I thought I was kind of second guessing myself, reevaluating it, and I thought he'd go a lot higher than that after talking to you two.
I think it's the back. I think it's his back, and it's smart. But then there's teams like Miami who don't give a shit about Jalen Phillips' head.
I know we've said this too before. I do think Tennessee's a good fit for him, though. I think Rabel will do fucking wonders with him.
Yes.
I am a little curious, though. Why do you think they took him over Newsome? Just because the fact of his ceiling? They think he's better?
Yeah, I mean, Newsome's good, too, and we'll see. He comes off the board soon. But Farley is top 10 talent if he stays healthy. So but the back, I mean, you got a back problem, dude. Oof, I don't know, but it's the Titans. The Titans take a lot of chances with their guys. But I think he'll work out big time if he's healthy. Now, Minnesota. This was the Jets pick. This is where they traded back. Number 23, the Minnesota Vikings select most glaring offensive lineman staring at them in the face, Christian Darrisaw. Bada boom, bada bing, right to the Vikings, and he will take care of Kirk Cousins and whoever else they get the next couple years. Okay, now 24. We both fucking aced this one, pal. Running back Najee Harris goes to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they got a stud.
I love this pick. I think he's a great kid, great player. I am a little concerned about that offensive line because, running backs don't help, patch up a bad offensive line. But still, I think he's going to fucking help wonders with this team. I think he's do great.
Absolutely. Now, you want to talk about number 25. We didn't say this officially. We didn't put it on paper.
We did.
But we talked about it numerous times, that how great would it be for Jacksonville to have the Clemson backfield.
Yeah,
that's what they did.
I specifically said when I did my mock, that's where I had him originally in my mock when we went through it, but because I love the idea of him going to play with Trevor. The only thing is with James Robinson there, I couldn't bring myself to do it. Like I just couldn't see them adding a talent like that when they need tight ends so badly, and they have a guy like Robinson there. I just didn't really make sense to me, but at the same time, I'm not like shocked either.
Yeah, I'm with you, and I'm shocked they pulled the trigger on it too. But it looks like Urban is loading up, and Etienne is fantastic. Now, Cleveland Browns, number 26. Since they brought in Clowney, you're like, okay, they're not going edge rusher here. I thought they were going linebacker. No, they said we're not okay with just Denzel Ward and maybe Greedy Williams and some of these other guys that they got. We want another fucking stud in the secondary. And they took Greg Newsome, your boy, out of Northwestern.
Yeah, I wanted this kid bad. I thought he was going to slip to the second round, and I thought it was going to be the ultimate A-plus fucking draft where we go quarterback, offensive lineman, corner.
Yeah.
But it just didn't happen, man. It just didn't happen.
Yeah.
And, it's all right. But I think this is a steal for the Browns. I think they got a stud. And if you remember, what was it, last year or the year before? When did Greedy come out? Last year? Or 2 years ago? I think it was 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I forget. COVID fucks everything up.
Yeah.
What was it, the end of the first round or the end of the second round or something?
The second
like
round, yeah. Mm-hmm. Second round.
I remember that was a steal because everyone thought he was first round talent.
Yeah.
So if this kid can turn out to be okay and Greedy can take that step forward and Denzel Ward gets back to the form he was, you have a all-star secondary.
This just adds to the best team on paper. It's unreal.
Yeah,
it's unreal.
It is.
So, and then the rest of their draft is pretty damn good. We'll get into that later. Now, here's another one I hit in the back of the first round here. The Ravens, now at 27, finally get that piece for Lamar Jackson to maybe throw the fucking ball down the field a little bit more. Rashad Bateman, receiver out of Minnesota.
Yeah, I think it's a great pick. They needed a wide receiver.
Yeah.
I don't think Lamar's going to get to him because he's got no accuracy, but they needed somebody.
Yeah. And I'm excited to see what he can do. He's not just some short little, slot type receiver. He is a guy that's going to go down the field. So we'll see. We killed that one, and then the Saints didn't do too hot on number 28, in my opinion.
Yeah, this shocked me. I don't know if I just didn't do my homework on this cat or
no, it's an
what,
overdraft. It's a reach. It's a huge reach.
really can't even. I don't even know shit about this guy,
bro.
To me, I turned to you. I was on my fucking 30th scotch on the rocks, and I turned to you, and I'm like, who the fuck is this guy?
And now I turn to you after my 10th Red Bull and vodka and said, hello. So I'm telling you, they're another team. They did this with Davenport. They fucking just think they're the smartest
Samuel
team.
Jr. was on the fucking board.
There's a lot of guys on the board. Fucking Rondale Moore. There's a lot of guys
Marshall,
on the board.
I mean, your fucking Notre Dame boy. I'm not gonna even try to say his name.
Oh yeah, Usu Cormo. Absolutely.
Yeah, Cormo.
They take this guy. I don't know. So it's they must love this kid because it's a reach to everybody. Everybody thinks it's a reach. You want to talk about reach? You want to talk about what the fuck is this team doing?
This is another one, and this was a slap in the face to Aaron Rodgers.
No.
But this one, I didn't mind the slap in the face. The other slap in the face with Jordan Love, I was like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Sure.
This one, I was like, fuck Aaron Rodgers. If you take a fucking kicker, you might as well in the first round.
I'm with you. But the problem is it's like, why don't you take a guy that people love? Like an Asante Samuel, like a Tyson Campbell.
I don't know shit about Stokes.
What
either,
are they
man.
taking Eric Stokes for? He wasn't
I'm not
even the best.
gonna.
He wasn't even the best corner on the team.
I'm not gonna pretend to know who the fuck Stokes is.
It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Green Bay, again, they think that they know what they're doing. They only draft guys. They very rarely bring in free agents. They're going to build their team like that. I don't understand what they're doing. Even if Jordan Love's the quarterback, where's a receiver? Where's an offensive piece? I don't understand.
Yeah, and these fucking assholes, picks like this is what fucked our fucking mock up. Because who the fuck had Eric Stokes and Peyton Turner going in the first round?
Nobody fucking did. But, Aaron Rodgers, to me, if he's going to be there, it's going to be a tenuous fucking year. And I can see Green Bay missing the playoffs because of it. I really can. I just can see there being turmoil all year, and that's not good to have. honestly, if I had to put my money on it right now, if this shit is legit, he's traded. He's traded before the season's over.
Oh yeah. Well, real quick, I got a little nugget. I mean, I realize sometimes my sprinkles and my nugs are sometimes they're nice facts. Other times they're just a fun opinion, and this is just a fun opinion. But I think it's not that far fetched. It would be a win for everybody. I got my theory. If Rodgers gets dealt, the squad that passed up on Mac Jones in my mock, because he would have been there in my mock, but he wasn't in real life, the Las Vegas Raiders make a trade, swap Derek Carr, who knows what else. Think about what that does. It gives the fucking Packers a fucking suitable quarterback. I think Derek Carr is an okay quarterback.
Yeah.
Maybe gives him other draft capital because you might have to give him more than just Derek Carr.
Yeah, you have to.
So let's say you get a first-round pick or something else.
Mm-hmm.
That helps. And then, Rodgers needs a little bit of help. But do you realize what that's going to do for the NFL? You open up a new stadium in a new state, Las Vegas of all places, and you got Aaron fucking Rodgers as the fucking guy, face all over the fucking stadium when you walk through the turnbuckles. Like, are you kidding me? That would be a win. Aaron would probably be happy to be there. And honestly, who knows? Maybe that team looks 10 times better with a guy that can like really play, because Carr is great, but Carr's good. He's not great.
Not great, yeah.
And that's the problem.
Yeah. Let me throw this one out there. You want to talk about something fun? I just thought of this. Remember the team that you heard about, after the Rodgers thing came out? It was Denver, had a done deal.
I know, and they're still saying that, by the way, that he's going to go to Denver.
So let's think about this.
I hate this idea, though.
No, so do I.
This sounds real, but I just hate it.
Let's think about this. Me too. I would hate it, and he's following in Peyton Manning's footsteps. It's stupid.
Peyton Manning who followed in Elway's footsteps.
Yeah,
it was like, I didn't like that Peyton went there.
It's just terrible, but at the same time, let's just say it's Denver. Do you think that they drafted Eric Stokes because they also knew that they're getting Pat Surtain? Do you think that the Denver Broncos were drafting Pat Surtain for the Green Bay Packers? You know what I'm saying?
No, I know exactly what you're saying.
What are they
going to send him? I never thought of that.
Because what I heard was...
So what would you do? Swap Stokes and Surtain?
No, just the thing I heard about Rodgers is the reason why it's not going to happen is because it's got to be a post-June 1st thing. It can't be before that because the cap is like a fucking mega hit. If they do it before June 1st, mega hit. Post-June 1st, not a mega hit. You're talking about the fact that maybe now, if that's the case, and Denver is going to package something to bring Aaron Rodgers in, maybe they were drafting Surtain for the Packers. And maybe he is a part of the piece, because it's tough to trade now. You got to trade picks for next year. You know what I'm saying?
This is the most interesting, intriguing theory you've ever had, and I love it.
Okay, that's great.
I actually love it. I actually think it's a real possibility. Because that kind of shit happens all the time. Like, where it's like, shit you didn't realize it was all part of the fucking big plan when it comes to the NFL. The only thing is, I would just hate him if he went to Denver.
Me too.
It's so annoying. It's so lame.
I know.
And Denver's not even like that set up. Like, they're not. You think they're that set up?
No, I'm not.
I mean, the receivers are great.
Like you said, I think he's a better fit in Vegas. I think he's a fantastic fit with the fucking Washington football team. Why would he go to Denver?
Well, okay, here's my thing. I did hear this. I heard specifically, and again, I don't know if this is true, but I heard specifically that if he is dealt, which I think he will be at this point, he is going out of conference. They will not keep him in the NFC.
Yeah.
So there's no team in the NFC he's going to. So Washington's off the board.
Yeah.
Bears, all that shit's off the fucking board.
Yeah.
So if I
at least 3 teams. At least.
If I had to think an AFC team, I think of Broncos, which I know is a real possibility.
Yep.
I think of maybe the Raiders because they have like cap and stuff, whatnot. Who else do you think?
Well, if you're not going to say Houston, because Houston is such a
I think Rodgers has a no trade clause. I don't think he'll allow himself to go to Houston.
He would definitely not go there. But I think the sexiest team is the Cleveland fucking Browns.
I know, and that's the other thing to swap out Mayfield.
Yeah. Yep.
And that would be incredible.
If I'm Cleveland, I'd do that in a fucking heartbeat.
I would too, because you'd probably win the next 2 fucking rings.
Yep, and that's where your window is. I don't think Mayfield's getting you there. But I just, this fucking guy, I can't stand him.
Bro, wait, real quick.
Yeah.
You know what else would be interesting? What if they feel the same way that you do about your boy Tua, about Miami? Dude,
that's sexy. Yeah,
he would rule. He would rule the day in Miami as well.
Yep. Yeah, no, you're right.
I would fucking hate that, but
and in Green Bay, of course, would get Tua in return. I don't think they're hot on Love. I think they're hating Love, to be honest. I don't think they're hot on Love.
That's why Vegas to me or the Browns makes more sense, because you could get one of those pieces.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the Broncos now could send either Drew Lock or Teddy Bridgewater, but
But yes, I'm with you on that. I think that's a great fucking move too with Miami. Let's get back to the draft real quick. We got 3 more picks, and then I want to get into how we did against the prognosticators. The Buffalo Bills, now that Travis Etienne is off the board, they go edge rusher, and they take a chance with Greg Rousseau from Miami, who took the year off. Kid who's a little bit too lean for me. He played for my Miami Hurricanes, but I think he got the benefit of a great defensive line around him, and I think the Bills are going to take a couple years to develop this guy. But Dr. Tomas hit this one on the head. He had this one.
Yeah, I don't think it's a terrible pick. I'm with you. I don't know if it was the best pick for them at 30. But, I mean, they're another team, man. They need help on that defense. I think they should have gone secondary, but the problem is all these fucking corners were gone already.
Yeah. Javonte Williams. I think Javonte Williams would have been a perfect pick here.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. For running back, him.
Yeah. But now at 31,
31,
you fucking hit this out of the park. Jason Owe goes to the Ravens. Perfect for that system. He'll be a stand-up rush linebacker.
Well, I originally had Kwity Paye. Remember, we swapped.
Well, you switched it up. Yeah, you thought you switched it with Phillips. You switched it with Owe, which was perfect. And then the last pick, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, we thought that they could have won Asante Samuel. They thought maybe someone trades in to get another quarterback, or even they take quarterback. Luxury pick for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They took Joe Tryon, edge rusher from Washington. They're either going to have him stand up or put his hand in the ground. You can't have enough fucking pass rushers.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know a lot about this guy, but you can't go wrong with any pick they fucking take at fucking 32.
Absolutely. And they stayed there. They just got whoever they wanted, and they hit it. And like I said, you can't have enough edge rushers. That's the first round, pal. That was the first round. We had fun watching it, man. We really did. And it even turned out to be a lot more fun than other people's fucking mock drafts. I got 7 prognosticators mock drafts. And how many they got right, and how many Rocco B and Scotty G got right. And also Dr. Tomas. Well, Rocco B, I got 9 correct in the first round.
It's a great job.
Scotty G got 8 correct in the first round.
Hey, not too bad.
How about that? And Dr. Tomas got a respectable 6 in the first round.
All right.
How does that stack up with 7 guys who I got? Let's go to the top 3 dogs, shall we? Mel Kiper, Scotty, how many do you think he got right out of the first 32?
Oh, what do you, like 4?
Fucking 6. Rocco B, Scotty G beat his ass, and he tied with Dr. Tomas. That's 1 for the good guys. Number 2, Daniel Jeremiah from NFL.com. What do you think he got?
He's supposed to be the fucking genius.
Yeah, what do you get?
Dr. Tomas.
What do you get?
I don't know. What do you get, like 5 or 6 too?
He got 6, tied with Dr. Tomas. And
wait, real quick. Wasn't him and Dr. Tomas the one saying there was going to be no running backs taken in the first round?
Yeah.
And didn't me and you have 2 running backs taken?
Yes, we did.
And
what actually happened?
How many running backs were taken? And which 2 running backs were taken, by the way?
Oh, that's right. It was 2. And it was Najee Harris and Travis Etienne. Yeah, that's just amazing to me. Wow, okay, interesting. Let's go to 2 guys who a lot of people on YouTube, on NBC, on all these fucking places you see these 2 guys' faces, Mike Florio and Chris Sims. They want to talk all this shit. They know all this shit. How many picks you think Mike Florio got out of the 32?
Was it more or less than fucking...
Do you remember how many fingers it took to do the shocker? You remember?
3.
3, right? That's how many fucking picks this guy got right. 3 fucking picks. Pathetic. Okay? Chris Sims, what's the average so far? 6, right?
Yeah, we'll say 4.
He got 6. He's fucking average. 6. Now, the Sporting News, Vinny Iyer, he always does a mock draft every year. The Sporting News is always big with the NFL. He got 8 right. 8 out of 32. Now we're talking. Okay, not bad, respectable. We got two guys. Peter King, who is honestly, to me, a guy that is like inside the inside. He knows everything that's going on. He gets the news at the end of or before everybody else does. He got 9 out of the 32 correct.
All right, pretty good.
We got one more guy, and this is the guy who is one of my guys who I can't stand, Todd McShay. This asshole got lucky this year. He got 11 total right. 11.
Damn.
11. He got the first 7 picks correct.
What do you think? Some inside trading going on?
I think he had some insider deals on Waddle and Trey Lance. I really believe so. But guess what, guys? He fucking should. He should have the fucking insider deal. He should know what the fuck he's talking about. Yeah. It's the first time he's ever had double digits in the draft, and he had the top 7 right. So, all right, kudos to him. But honestly, Scotty, I feel great. I feel great.
I mean, like I said, I don't know if I said this on the air or if I said it off the air, but I did this shit for fun, man. I made trades because I was like, I made trades in our draft, and some of the trades and picks I did, Carolina, I still believe they should have taken a quarterback. But some of the trades and picks I did, I was thinking, you know what? I don't want to be boring. I want to make it fun to talk about. I want to make it fun to see if it actually happens. Now, Trey Lance, I believed, but there was a couple other, like I told you, if I didn't have Patriots trading, I had Mac Jones going there. And I know there was a couple you felt the same way about. So if we kept the trades out and literally we're getting paid fucking millions of dollars to do this, I probably could have knocked 2 or 3 more down.
Absolutely, Scotty. And that's what I'm talking about. I mean, we're not getting paid. We're not charging you people. We're not saying we're prognosticators and all this other horse shit.
These guys are talking to people, too.
They're talking to everybody. We don't know anybody.
They're talking to the scouts. They're talking to the coaches. They can read them. They know.
We just have intuition. Everything. We've been fans for fucking 30 years. We have intuition, and we have fucking ideas, and we have thoughts. And that's what we have, and these guys got actual fucking knowledge and actual insiders, and they still can't beat us. I love it. Now, here's the other thing that I love and I'll appreciate. I got Justin Fields. I actually had the Bears trading up to go get that. That, to me, means more. You had Trey Lance, who was, a lot of people did not have. Everybody was sold on Mac Jones, all that. But I want to show you something, Scotty. From pick 22 to 32, we both had 3 correct in those last 10 picks.
Not too shabby.
I want to go and correctly with the same team and even with most of them in actually the same spot. I want to go look back. I'm going to go look back, and I'm going to go see how late these guys had their fucking favorites and had their fucking winners. I don't think anybody had anybody past 24 with Najee Harris. We're getting guys right in the back end of the first round, too, not just fucking top-heavy in the top. So I'm ecstatic with I was just hoping that it panned out to where listeners didn't think we were full of horseshit. I just believe that we have a thing. We have something here. And we're not charging you. We're not fucking telling you that we're the fucking best of the best. We're not in a fucking suit and tie on the networks. Say, oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I know what I'm talking about. Blah, blah, blah. Fuck that. Just trust us. That's all we're going to say. And we're going to fucking entertain you. That's what we want to do. And guess what? We put the pen to paper here, and we came out pretty good.
I can't wait until we start doing some betting odds and some gambling and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do some locks of the week. We start making some people some fucking money, and then watch what happens.
That's what we're talking about. So we're just going to hopefully gain your trust until we start doing that shit. And real quick, I know we're doing the second round next time, but I'm going to toot my own horn one more time. And Terrace Marshall, the guy I said it was guaranteed to Carolina, went to Carolina in the second round. So go fuck yourselves, you prognosticating fucks. Now, here we go. This is episode 15, brother. This was great. We talked about the first round. I love spending time with you and watching it together. I think our next episode 16, we're going to catch everybody up with rounds 2 through 7 and just, basically just recap it and see who did well, see who shot in their shorts, see who was out of their tits, and we'll go from there.
Sounds good to me.
Episode 16 will be in the works. We got our boy Scotty G going on a beautiful
I'm
vacay.
on a little R&R, a little vacay.
Needs a little R&R.
Yeah, the lady will fucking cut me off if I'm fucking doing podcasts with this fucking chooch every time she's trying to catch some rays.
Well, I'll tell you, it'll just have me and my lady catch up with some more Curb Your Enthusiasm, and maybe we'll get to the part where we can watch some Carl.
Yeah, you gotta watch Carl. I forgot. You still haven't seen that. You gotta watch the Carl episode.
I haven't seen it. But I love that fucking show. It's pretty good. But that's it for us, man. Rocco B and Scotty G, highly explicit. We're going to get Dr. Tomas on soon as well because we want to talk about how his mock draft went. But until then, for Scotty G, this is Rocco B. We're saying see you later. Sayonara.
Adios.